the spreading of the mystery of iniquity. Lawlessness increases. 1 Timothy 1:9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly, for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers. Today we are seeing the increase of iniquity by the removing of the purpose of the law, defunding the police, which was to expose the fallen condition of all humanity in hope of them running to our Father's promise, which came first. Remember that the law was introduced 430 years after the promise, with its purpose of getting God's people of Abraham's promise to return to Him. The same applies to all of us today. When an individual comes to grip with the law's purpose, once it has done its good work of getting them to embrace their Father's offer of restoration to their sonship lost to the fall of Adam and Eve, then, as Paul told Timothy, the law is not made for a righteous man. The only true righteousness is that found in the finished work of God through the Son of God, Jesus, who came into our experience to restore us and manifest through what Scriptures call Christ in you, the hope of restored lost glory, the glory of discovering that we are the offspring of God and sons of God, begotten in Christ before the foundations of this fallen world. Removing the law, as we've seen today, with the corruption in our jurisdictional court system, then there is only impotence, a lack of power to draw anyone to our Father's promise. In other words, no reason to change one's direction, only a fear of getting caught, which is followed by endless excusing and accusing of one another, seeking to project blame when all are at blame, unaware, never coming to experience how God has forgiven us all. Thus we have no need to fear or seek to justify ourselves by self-efforts. There's what Paul said above in the light of my series on the slaying of the offspring of God. The law was for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers. We are seeing this increasing today as never before, as Scriptures clearly predicted would happen with disobedience to not only legal authority, but also parental authority. Many are becoming what is called children of the damned. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 14. And having eyes full of adultery, that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, a heart that has exercised with covetous practices, cursed children. Ephesians 2, verse 2. Wherein in times past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, Satan, the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. James chapter 3, verse 7. Tongues, lit of hell, setting in the course of nature. 2 Timothy 3, 1-3. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affections, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. All this sounds like headline news today. Iniquity spreading with many not having a clue as to why. You hear it argued left and right on any issue, with each blaming the other, yet never coming to realize that we are only judging one another in the eyes of God, who only use the law we seek to throw onto one another, not knowing that any law had an eternal purpose that had hope to draw us all to our Father's love and forgiveness. As our Father has clearly revealed through a series of videos I've been told to call the prophet, Jesus, the spirit of prophecy. As long as we reject his offer of justification, his finished work for all, before the foundations of this world, and its human efforts, as long as we reject his offer, there will be no justice. That video was called Justice, Justice, when there is no justice. That video, along with any other found in that series and my series on The Mask, clearly revealed that because they refuse to remove this mask of the flesh, this mask they are wearing today will not be removed to hide our shame of this image we have created, independent from this image our Father has of us all. Something that comes out in my series on the offspring of God. What our true Father is offering is being rejected in this generation. The signing of our eternal birthright in exchange for this natural birth that blocks who we were to have been manifested as sons of God. Our Father shared through this vessel and a few others these eternal facts. We will be without excuse.